It's Podraza. I'm not making any of this up. I was eating my lunch. This is Pat Podraza. You called my phone number. I don't know who is attached to the voice of Stephen Kotler who is listening to me. Now, I am not involved in any form of hooking industry or psychic abilities that mess me up at all. Now I'm going to check the voicemail and I'm going to find out whether a message was left to that. Now when you call me, I have to trust with whom I speak. Number one, I do not have affairs. So nobody gets on the line who has affairs because it's been crooked and wrong. Now, I'm going to check the voicemail. I happen to be here. I've got to do the dishes. I've got to go for some groceries, a couple of things, and I will be home again. And I am telling you, this is my phone number. I am Pat Podraza, Podraza. Middle cough used to be M as in Mary, IDDLEKAUFF. Carl with an E, C as in the capital. I think it's Albert in the middle coughs, ex-wife. Now, I don't want to hear somebody confused on Catholicism on this subject. Our family, my father and mother, believe divorces are necessary at a point in time. So, you come to me without an affair. I am not a hooker, and you may speak to me under those circumstances. I am not married to Philip E. Weber. It was a justice of the peace and legal situation that was done in a court in Lewiston. Now I'm going to listen to the voicemail. I will be here. So if somebody has left you, when I have left a message to Stephen Kotler, I worried about his life due to what I've lived. If that is funny to him, then something went wrong. Now, I don't know what this is. This morning I left analysis. I have new minutes on the phone, but I will use them discreetly. Have a good day. And I love my children, especially when I hear from that boy. Podraza. The gut levels were on my mother's side of the family, and that is, and Ruth May was dead before I could talk to her. Again, on it, Phil Weber refused anything. He is biblically messed up on that. That is a gift from God. That has nothing to do with seances and nothing to do with that horrible stuff. She was not responsible for their screwing in the Hulk. I was trying to make a decision on what to do about that house. At that point in time, there was no way around it that I could see, other than to have to put it up for sale. At that point, that single-family attached dwelling, and I had to come through that with a horrific decision. Went to Texas alone, came back, had to make that decision. The water was calming. The little ones played on the beach. I like watching children anyway. Some mothers, the kids there. Some others were screwing in there in the woods. And they said, good luck. They started coming in by droves. That was not Ruth May's intent, and that has to be said. I am still with you on value system and your husband's on value system. I still say positivity protection. Sometimes I gotta go over that again. It's PP, Podraza. I might be able to remember it that way. And the rosary, as I have been raised to grow up. I am allowed to marry anybody, meaning not Muslim. I would not go that far. Jew, Catholic, or Protestant. But I want it blessed in the Catholic faith. That has to be done this time. I have taught them. I'm a Catholic in this apartment. Cannot be done here. If it was on an apartment, I would have to have an office, another, a couple offices, and maybe a residence. Other than this, I don't know how that would work. I don't know how it would work until I talk to a significant other. That does not eliminate you, and it does not upstage. If you haven't got that email, please take a look at it. I'm almost throwing up on the 1%. That's as low as I can take it. Fish, chicken, yes I can. Sausage is not working yet. I did use Perios once. I did just dry Heave, that 1% in the coffee. I really don't know whether 2% is going to cut it. That'll be another loss if I can find it. I'll try to find a quart. That was a quart. Now, the other thing is, I do have good soups, and I do eat grilled cheese. Now, I have used tomato and onion on that, and I do believe in hummus. I do use hummus. I have the recipes for, I can't afford it, for homemade hummus also. I've got it on old recipes with carrots in it and that sort of stuff. I just can't afford it all the time. There is one at Hannaford, caramelized onions and balsamic. I do get that. I do get the hot pepper and the regular. That I add in. I don't know whether it's possible, but I've got to have whole cheese, whole grain bread with a good soup, and I use very good soup ingredients in that. Usually use vegetable broth, rarely chicken broth, couple I have done. Usually vegetable broth, good vegetables, and I do have to use some cream base in that when I need it, sour cream or something like that. I don't think we can go much lower because boy, I'm still nauseous after that, and I enjoy my coffee. It is medicine for me, and I don't think I overdrink it. I use it iced, put it in there, drink it later. I am not too sure. I'm going to have some lunch. Pat Podraza again. Let me know you've received these messages. Also, the time is 8:45, so they've been between 8:30 and 8:45. And this morning, which is 8:20. Have a good day. It's Pat Podraza. One quick message. We'll do it by text, and I wipe them off pretty quickly and give you the time frames later. I got 888 minutes to the 10th of next month, so we'll do it mostly that way. Should I find you're not getting them, I will still Xerox them, and I have to keep that paper. I'm going to be due to have to get an ink cartridge soon. That's in the budget. It's not in that budget, but it's known that I get that twice a year. That printer works well on that. So that is it. I get Sunbelt granola bars. I can take lime, and I'm going to try lemon. Lemon is tougher than lime with me. And I use almond flavoring, sometimes vanilla. I find that to be very good in recipes. I use vanilla, lemon rarely. I have a pie that uses blueberry and lemon pudding. That would have to be a whole milk. And I use graham cracker. Walnut almost cracked the teeth. You can't cut through it. I tried that also. I think that's about it in a nutshell. That is my analysis so far. From here on, I'll email you. If you wish to call me, I don't know how it works in that fashion. I haven't analyzed whether it takes minutes off my phone, but do it anyway, and I'll take an analysis of that. You have a beautiful day. That is it on the analysis so far. I will try to do 2%. I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's going to work, but I'll try to find a quart on that because it costs generally less money than a quart. You have a beautiful day. I do need to use sometimes light cream in recipe. Let's see, whipping cream I use. That can work several ways. That is as good as heavy cream. I have to use that in my fettuccine. I have an excellent fettuccine recipe. You have a beautiful day. I add vegetables when I can. Mushrooms, sometimes that's pure, but always a mushroom recipe or something of that nature. It's reasonable. Or a coleslaw. I've got a couple recipes. Have a beautiful day. Broccoli slaw also.